Oh, hey, glad to see you. If you look behind me, you'll see that my wall has been destroyed, so I've got to rebuild it. It's a cool concept, really, taking an already existing thing and completely remaking it and making it better. I love transitions. Remakes and remasters are the only time laziness is praised. I kid, they're actually really cool. For those of you that are unaware, remakes and remasters are just taking a game and giving it a second chance, whether it's giving it a smoother frame rate, a better resolution, getting rid of the clunk in a game, or just getting the game on current hardware. Now there is a difference between remakes and remasters. A remake is taking a game and remaking it from the ground up, like redoing the visuals, the sounds, and making the game less janky. Now a remaster is just taking a game and modernizing it, usually giving the game an HD resolution and better frame rate. Remasters usually aren't much, but sometimes a remaster could be what a game needs instead of a full-on remake. So I thought I'd go over some remakes and remasters that I'd like to see at some point in the future. Now just a disclaimer, I only have Nintendo systems, so most of the games are going to be from the company that made Ha Ha Funny Plumber Loser. If I ever get an Xbox or PlayStation, there's a good chance I'll revisit this topic. Also, let me know if there's any remakes or remasters you want to see. Let me know in the comments. There's no guarantee that I'll see your comment, but if I do, I'll give it a read. Anyways, let's get to the remakes. Mario remakes and remasters are a hot topic right now. Considering Mario 3D All-Stars released a few months ago, and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is coming out in a month, I'd say these games have got people talking. Listen, when 3D All-Stars first released, I was really bummed, but I've grown to appreciate it. My biggest disappointment with that game is the lack of content and the limited release, but I didn't come here to talk about my feelings on that game. Out of all 3 games in that collection, the only one I can say can get away with a full-on HD remake is Mario 64. That game's so old and clunky that scrubbing the dirt off it would do wonders to it. Upgrading the game to look and sound like Mario Odyssey would be a treat also. Sunshine, I think, could go for a really extra remaster. Keep the game, the music, the visuals, the models, the Shine episodes, and just up-res everything to the fullest extent. 3D All-Stars already proved that this game looks stunning in HD, so pushing that even more would be jaw-dropping. Galaxy, I feel, is in the perfect place right now. Just 60 FPS in widescreen. Now, with that being said, Galaxy 2 should obviously get the same treatment as Galaxy 1. I feel that 3D Land should come to the Switch as well. It feels kind of odd considering we've got pretty much every mainline Mario game on the Switch except for 3D Land. I'd be fine with a simple port of the game, nothing fancy, just take the 3DS ROM and put it on the Switch, and that'd be good. Actually, this year is pretty big for Nintendo. The 35th anniversary for Zelda and Metroid, the 40th anniversary for Donkey Kong, Pokemon's 25th anniversary, and the GameCube's 20th anniversary. I think it's pretty obvious that the 4th generation of Pokemon is getting remakes on Switch, because Diamond and Pearl are turning 15 this year, and a lot of people want remakes from what I've seen. It just makes too much sense. Why wouldn't the Pokemon company do this? As far as Zelda goes, I'd rather see Breath of the Wild 2 come out this year than a remake. But this is a remake video, so I gotta provide something. I think remaking Zelda 1, 2, and Link to the Past would be really cool. If they made all 3 games look like classic Zelda art, I think it would look beautiful. Also, these games can be very cryptic when it comes to the puzzles, so maybe just make them a little more obvious for new players. Not giving away what you're supposed to do, just making it more accessible. There have also been rumors of Skyward Sword coming to Switch for a long time, so if these rumors are true, that's probably happening this year. I feel like Skyward Sword would be good for a remaster though, not a remake. Yeah, there's the motion controls, but the Switch has gyro, so that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, and Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask on 3D on the Switch as well. Like I said though, I really don't want a Zelda remake this year, I'd rather a new game. I feel the same way about Zelda that I do Metroid. I'd rather a new game rather than a remake or remaster. Well, we all know that Metroid Prime 4 isn't gonna happen this year, so if Nintendo's gonna celebrate Metroid at all, they're doing a remake or a remaster. Now the biggest Metroid re-release, and the one I feel is most likely to happen, is the Metroid Prime trilogy on Switch. Just a no-nonsense porting the Wii game onto the Switch, bada bing bada boom kind of deal. Yeah, it's a bit of a disservice to Metroid to only do that, but with Metroid Prime 4 coming out eventually, it's good to familiarize new Nintendo fans with that IP before they decide to pick up Metroid Prime 4. While a Super Metroid remake would be cool, I feel that part of that game's personality is the 16-bit art style. But whatever, it's still a good game, and getting rid of that art style isn't really that big a deal. Plus, they can do that thing that Halo did, where you can switch between the original art style and the new one with the press of a button. For Donkey Kong, I would like to see a Donkey Kong 64 remake. Everyone says that this game is the worst of the collectathon genre, and while I've never played the game, I've heard of the horror that Donkey Kong does to a man, and let me tell you, it's no Bananarama. Get it? It's a monkey joke. Funny monkey? No? Okay. I think that getting rid of all, or at least most, of the backtracking with this game would improve it tenfold. Like, if you're trying to get all the colored bananas, good luck, Chief, you might gouge your eyeballs out. That's it for Donkey Kong, really. I was gonna say Donkey Kong Country Returns should get ported to Switch, but that was already ported to the 3DS, so I don't think they should port it a second time. For the GameCube, I can only see one game getting remade. Super Smash Bros. Melee. While Melee didn't launch with the GameCube, it released literally 3 days later, so technically speaking, it was a launch title. Considering there's been no Smash remake ever, and Melee's community is huge, a remake of this game would be huge. So many people would eat this up. See, Melee's missing a lot of things we take for granted in our modern Smash Bros. Games, like saving rule sets, defaulting to specific nicknames when you pick a character, a sound test, the option to turn off stage hazards, and even the fucking random character select option. Adding all these quality of life improvements would make the game so much better for newcomers. Also, they could add online play. They could use the 4 Glory and 4 Fun options from Smash 3DS and Wii U, and Ultimate's Battle Arenas for playing with friends or tournaments. I mean, if Nintendo doesn't want us using Slippy, they might as well re-release the game, right? However, Sakurai and his team are hard at work on updates for Ultimate, so they should definitely focus on that. A Melee remake would be really cool, though. Banjo-Kazooie needs a remake. If I had to choose one game to get remade out of all the ones I listed, I'd pick Banjo-Kazooie. Just remake the visuals and the music, and keep everything else. Yes, there is backtracking in Banjo-Kazooie, but it's not as bad as other games. However, it's still not ideal. To fix this, I would add some sort of hint saying, you need Kazooie's running shoes for this Jiggy, or something along those lines. Essentially, the N64 original, completely remade, plus the quality of life improvements from the XBLA and Rare Replay versions of the game. The idea of Sonic remakes is actually a pretty big deal when you think about it. As far as I know, we haven't gotten a full-on remake for the series yet. Now, there have been rumors of SA1 and SA2 remakes coming out this year for the 30th anniversary. That would actually be really sweet. Everybody says that the adventure games are poorly aged anyways, and while pretty much every early 3D game is poorly aged, the point still stands. Fixing the graphics and the gameplay problems with these games would be really great, as the writing and story still holds up to this day. While I'm on the topic of Sonic, I should say that Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic CD have been remastered by Christian Whitehead, who would later go on to develop Sonic Mania. These remasters are widescreen, 60 FPS, and added a bunch of new content like Knuckles and Tails in Sonic 1, and the cut level Hidden Palace Zone in Sonic 2. Myself and many others consider these to be the definitive versions of these games. Now the problem here is that Sonic 1 and 2 are stranded on mobile, while CD is on PC and console. Why Sonic 1 and 2 are only on the phone is anybody's guess, because Sega has legit no reason to not port these versions to PC and console. Also, Sonic 3 and Knuckles didn't even get a remaster. I feel that Sonic 3 and Knuckles should get a remaster right away for Sonic's 30th anniversary. Now the reason they haven't done it yet is because of the whole Michael Jackson legal situation, but I still feel that they should remaster this game. But the Sonic game that I think deserves a remake the most is... Listen, I know that this game is the equivalent to dumpster juice, but hear me out. Sonic 06 is broken because of rushed development time and key members of the team moving to work on Sonic and the Secret Rings. If Sega was nice to Sonic Team, this game would have been amazing. I know a lot of you probably think that the story is trash, and while yes, this is true, Sonic Colors and Generations stories are trash, and those are considered great games. I don't see why 06 can't be held in the same light without the game-breaking glitches. Sega should keep the story, the voice lines, the music, just fix the gameplay. Had 06 been given proper development conditions, I guarantee you it would have been praised as one of the best Sonic games ever. So those are just some remakes and remasters I'd like to see. Like I said at the start, I might revisit this topic at a later time, but I'm pretty happy with the current wish list. Anyways, I gotta get back to finishing this wall. Son of a bitch!